Hey everyone, my name is Evil Squirrel, and welcome to episode one of Around the Hearth. We are going to be a weekly podcast, and we're also going to be streaming live on Twitch for you. And we're going to be talking about all things Hearthstone, everything from the meta and what's going on in Wild and in Standard. We're going to be talking about tournaments, and then, of course, we're going to be talking about the exciting new expansion coming out with the shift of the year of the Mammoth and all the new cards that are coming out. So we got an action-packed, not really so much, but a jam-packed episode filled for you today. Yeah. So let me introduce the other guys that are going to be talking to you today. Right above me here, we got Reed Bobson, and then all up top, we got Dubs. Say hi, guys.
Hello down there. How you guys doing?
What is up?
So we got a lot of content to talk about today. So let's just get right to it. And we'll start out talking about the tournament. HCT had their winter championship, and the first time they did it in a global format with all four regions being represented. Do you guys get a chance to check it out?
Yeah, I actually caught a lot of it. I was pretty excited. They'll get it right this time. Stan Udachi. There we go. But yeah, he impressed me. I was rooting for Pavel, but can't win them all.
I was rooting for Pavel because I had chosen him as my champion.
Same here. Yeah.
Which makes it 2 tournaments in a row, which I have. Flop. Yep, I did taste too.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't pick him.
Yeah, except I'm going with the American players because they seem to be doing good.
Well, I definitely watched and enjoyed the tournament. It was really good. There was a lot of really good high-level play. I mean, Stan definitely deserved to win. He played flawlessly. He was just fantastic. Frozen was the person I actually picked for my team champion, and he made it to the finals against Stan. I got to say, it was he got there with a little bit of luck because he definitely made some mistakes early on.
Oh yeah.
Shook them up.
What's a Hearthstone championship without tremendous amounts of luck?
Yeah, of course. So, but it was really good. I enjoyed the tournament. It was nice to see 2 Americans make the top 4. It was good. And Green Sheep, did he make top 4? Or he was top 8, right? Yeah, he was top 8. So yeah. He didn't make it to qualify for BlizzCon, but hopefully,
there's still plenty of time left.
The UK will get some representation, hopefully sometime soon.
I just really hope Pavel makes it to the World Championship because I just want to see a world champion, go 2 times in a row. I think that'd be a little exciting. That'd add some,
I'd like to see him get to more tournaments so that I can watch him storm off without shaking people's hands because that boy knows how to get soft.
I think he's like 18, 19 or something like that.
Yeah, he's just a kid.
Is Pavel that young?
I think so.
Pavel's young.
I mean, I think young at least.
I thought he was much older than that. If he's that young, that makes the whole amnesiac thing much funnier.
They were talking about Doc Cohen and how he's 32 years old and he has a real job, and how he's an adult.
A real job.
Yeah.
With an adult job. An adult with a real job playing a children's card game. Madness.
So congratulations to Stan, we look forward to the next tournament. It was really good, but I think it's time now that we move on to the Journey to Ungoro cards that have been released. So
Dubs, a lot of stuff to get through.
Why don't you kick it off with these Druid cards here?
All right, so we're just gonna go class by class, discuss what's been revealed. So we'll start off here with Living Mana states.
Wrong guard.
Yeah. Transform your mana crystals into 2/2 minions. Recover the mana when they die. So I don't know. It depends. You're going to get the mana back each turn most likely, but like turn 5 you play it, you get 10. You would lose maybe, I don't know, would you lose 7 or would you lose 10 and then only get 7?
I guess like 7 must be the maximum you can do.
The seven
I
is
just
the maximum, correct? That's what they said during the stream.
Okay, that's good. But
basically
it's
it's a
interesting.
terrible card.
It's interesting. It would be used in a token druid type deck with
Yeah.
Savage Roar, Power of the Wild. It could even be done with some crazy Aviana Kun combo or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's definitely a token-esque type of card.
I mean, it'd be interesting to play on like turn 5, 6, 7, and the next turn play Savage Roar. I mean, they can't deal with it. It's lethal. I mean, but I don't know if it's worth risking all your mana for a whole extra.
It is worth mentioning that you can't actually do it on turn 5 and play Savage Roar because you'll have one mana next turn.
So KP56
unless you have an
asked
innovate
a question on here. So it's looking like it transform all your available what's on the board. So it costs 5, but it doesn't state if they're empty crystals or full crystals. So if I had a guess, it would be empty and full crystals. So it would take the 5 you played it with, and then the 2 left over if you play on turn 10. So leave you with about 3 mana left.
Essentially, we need to experiment this card if we have any idea if it's just meme worthy or just bad.
I don't know if
I'm going with bad.
It looks interesting. I don't know. I agree with the 2.8 rating. It's not impactful, but it looks like a fun card. Some people want to play fun cards.
It could be meme worthy.
Yes. Disguised Toast will play with this card.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, for sure.
All right, so let's move on to the next Druid card. We got one more here. Verdant Long Neck. Simple, 5 mana, 5/4, Battlecry Adapt. It's a solid card. I wouldn't say it's great, but
it's just that.
It
was the mediocre card to announce the adapt mechanic.
Yeah, it's very, very. It's like a vanilla 5/4 with get something. So I don't think it's bad, but I wouldn't say it's like super impactful. So we'll see.
Maybe a solid arena card.
Yeah, those would be great in arena, but like especially if you can get like the Death Rattle, summon the 2/1/1s. This would be great.
I think all of the adapt cards are going to be very good in arena.
I don't know.
So
we'll have to see how
different.
If Beast Druid, becomes a thing. This will be really good Beast Druid, I think.
If Beast Druid ever becomes a thing. Yeah, you could Battlecry, adapt, then Menagerie Warden, the adapted thing.
Yeah.
Get 4/1/1s, Savage Roar, something.
Oh no. We'll see.
It's interesting. It depends. It depends how good the thing is. Just like KP just said, chat. They've been trying to force Beast Druid for a while, and while it had a little bit of moment for a while with Menagerie Warden, it's just not the greatest archetype. I don't know what else there is to becoming, and everything we say now is only with the information we have and not about the rest of the set. But I feel like this is a pretty meh card, and I don't think it's going to see a lot of play in Constructed.
It is worth remembering that Druid is one of the classes we've seen absolutely nothing revealed so far. Like, it's entirely possible their quest is going to be beasts, in which case it could work.
Let's move on to a class that has had a lot of cards released. Bobson, why don't you talk about bring us into with some of these?
So, well, I think it's probably best to start with the quest.
Is that the quest? All right.
As it appears to be the basis for everything that we've got going on. So we've got the Marsh Queen quest, play 7 1-drops, and reward, you get Queen Carnassus, which is a 5 mana 8/8, which shuffles 15 1 mana 3/2 Battlecry, draw a card into your deck.
Yeah, this card's nuts.
So your deck becomes half or more Flame Imps with no downside Battlecry, draw a card.
Yeah, they're pretty good. This could be some of like the old. I don't know if you guys played during the Starving Buzzard combo, where like it was cheap and you just kept playing a bunch of cheap beasts and drawing cards and stuff.
Yeah. So some cards really spring to mind to me. Obviously, Tundra Rhino. You just
Yeah.
chain 1-drops, hit them in the face constantly,
I mean, theoretically,
or
you could play that
you
on turn
trade,
10.
or you use it with Thunder Rhino and Scavenging Hyena. Keep running into like an Ancient of War.
Yeah.
Buff the Hyena to something. Maybe you
Let me show you guys over this too. You can see it's a little tiny, but
have some. I was going to say have some Emperor shenanigans, but obviously that's not going to be possible.
Hey, Wild's going to be a thing. It is after all.
I'm
the
going to play it.
expansion.
I am going to play it.
Yeah.
Well, another one which really ties into that. Do we have the 1-drop that was released
1-drop?
today? Cannot remember what it's
Down here,
called.
yep, Small Raptor.
That dude, Small Raptor. One of the
That's a
1-drops,
very
which is going to
unique
be
name.
used to, yeah, it's fantastic creativity from the dev team there. So this is one of the 1-drops which you're obviously going to use. It's a 1-mana 2/1, which is fairly average for an aggressive minion, and obviously this quest is going to be base.
Oh, yeah.
But the interesting thing is the Death Rattle is summon a 1-mana 4/3 into your deck
Called
Yes.
Raptor.
called
So
Raptor.
it double dips. See, that's the benefit of this card. It's totally a quest card. Would not see play in a regular non-quest hunter deck. The point of this card is absolutely to get a 1-drop out and get another 1-drop back,
Yeah.
so that you can play more 1-drops. And it's fantastic for the quest hunter, and I'm excited to play it in that deck. But I don't think outside there, just a 2/1 that shuffles another one into your deck would be too valuable.
There is one still, I think, missing piece for this thing to work, is that hunters still really, they're going to have a lot of card draw once they hit this quest. It's a matter of getting to the quests.
We actually have one here that might help out. Tolvir Warden. It's a 5-mana 3/5 battle cry. Draw 2 1-cost minions from your deck.
Yes.
That's quest deck. That's going to be baller.
Yeah. This is going to be insane in terms of that quest.
And
this
again,
is complete 2/7 of the quest.
Yeah, this is a quest only card, and
I'll take it.
but it's so powerful because it's a 3/5 draw 2. So the draw 2 mechanic you essentially put a 3-mana value on. If you look at like Arcane Intellect or
this is an overstated card.
So it's very, very, very powerful, and it also thins your deck out, which means that 1, you're getting to your quest faster, and 2, there'll be less cards in there for the 15 small raptors that are going to be coming out.
Also, I mean, if you play this, you're most likely going to play this after the small raptor dies. So I mean, you could draw a 4/3 from your deck playing this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's 6 mana. 7/8. 2 bodies.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's going to be really, really awesome. I think that the Hunter Quest deck is going to need card draw because that's the one thing that hunters lack. So you're going to see, you might see Novice Engineers and Loot Hoarders.
Cult Master. I can see Cult Master really working with all these 1-drops.
Cult Master, yeah, with all those 1-drops, yeah.
I'd say Buzzard, but Buzzard has some pretty strong negative synergy with all those 1-drop draw a card.
Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to trying Quest Hunter.
Yes, I'm very, very much looking forward to Quest Hunter. I think it's going to be a really fun deck.
All right.
So let's look at some of the other ones. This is just one of those. I think this is just kind of pack filler. It's a Bloodfen Raptor power creep.
Yeah. I don't know.
I very much
it's a beast, which is all right, and it's got adapt, which is going to be quite good.
It's only adapting something else.
It adapts a friendly beast. So you remember what we're losing. We're losing the King's Elec, okay, which is a pretty standard 2-drop.
Yeah.
So if you're playing,
Hunter was played.
huh?
or was when Hunter was played.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um, but now you look at it, and this is a nice replacement for King's Elic, and with the one drops, and when you're playing so many one drops in your deck for a quest hunter, you're going to curve out, and
Yeah.
this is a fantastic curve out card to adapt your thing. Give it Divine Shield, so you're trading in, keeping board. I mean, Hunter has to keep board, so you can adapt your one drop to whatever you need to, so that you can help keep board. I think this is actually a really fantastic card. It's getting a 4.5 rating on the preview rating, and I kind of agree with that. I think that for Quest Hunter, it's going to be the 2-drop along with the guy in the grandmother.
My only issue with this card is, I mean, it's a great card. It's gonna be hard to, you're not gonna want to play this on turn 2. This is gonna be like a turn 3, turn 4 card, because the quest you're always gonna play on turn 1, and then turn 2 you're probably gonna play 1 or 2 1-drops. So like maybe on turn 3, you play this, you said trade it into something, but I feel like if this is stuck in your hand, it's the only 2-drop, you don't really have any other play, you're not going to want to play this on turn 2, because then it's just a Bloodfen Raptor. So I feel like it's a great card, but I feel like it's balanced. Sure. I feel like it's balanced.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of negative synergy with the whole you need to play the quest thing.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not by any means, it's not bad. I just feel like that part of it kind of balances this, because especially
you adapt the 1 mana 4/3.
That'd be crazy.
But it's giving Hunter more 1 and 2 drops when, well, they don't have much in the way of 3 drops. But if we look, we have a Hunter 3-drop.
Yeah, right here.
Now, what we have here is Princess Huhuran as a rare instead of a legendary for 3 mana.
I'm so mad about this card. Like it's rare for a card to come in and literally make a legendary unplayable.
I mean, a legendary that was unplayable.
I mean, it was but like I would 10 times out of 10 pick this card over Princess Huhuran. I would never.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
absolutely. It's definitely stronger than Huhuran.
Yeah.
I agree. You have your turn 2 kindly grandmother, turn 3 this.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Or
pretty good.
Even if you think about in Quest Hunter, a turn 2 loot hoarder into this too. So it has its abilities. I just feel that the 3-drop of Hunter is so it's core. You're talking your Eaglehorn Bow, your kill commands. You're talking Animal Companion.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this card doesn't necessarily
carrying grub
on turn 3. Like, this is a late game card. This is an early game card. This is a mid game card. Like turn 10 or throw down the hyena or the Savage High Main. Oh, Savannah High Main, Savage Savannah High Main.
Savannah High Main is
like, that's pretty good late game. Early game, like you just said, with the kindly grandmother, or mid game with I don't know if the infested wolf is going to be played. I mean, that's pretty good. Turn 4 calls on turn 5. Hero powers. I don't know. I mean, this is a very versatile card.
Sure, it has potential, and I think that the Quest Hunter deck, I have a feeling, is going to cap out at 5. I don't feel like there's going to be high mains in it.
Oh,
I feel like
it doesn't need high mains.
I feel like it's going to be a very low.
The highest card's going to be Tundra Rhino.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, do you think this card will be played in the Quest Hunter? I mean, how many Death Rattles?
I don't think so.
This is more like mid-range Hunter.
Yeah,
this is kind of mid-range Hunter. Like, you're going to be looking to play this on a high main.
Yeah,
on a rat pack, or is it pack rat?
I don't know. I just gotta say, I'm very happy with this expansion. They're like pushing multiple archetypes for every class.
And Zoth Hunter. Woo!
Like, I mean, we could transition right along to this. This is a mid-range card right here. Like, this.
I like this card.
I mean, if pretty much.
It may not be very good.
I think it's pretty good.
But it's cool.
You play it, and then like you pretty much make your opponent discard 2-3 cards to kill this.
Or an adapt.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. It depends on if you're playing against, like, for some reason, like, I don't know, some deck they're trying to fill their board. You play this, and then they have to think like, all right, do I really want to sacrifice these 3 cards in my hand so that way I can play my big card? Or, I don't know. I mean, Divine Shield will probably give this card some trouble too, which then encourages people to play different decks, because if this is a staple in Hunter, then, Divine Shield might become a deck, or so, I don't know.
No,
I just really like the concept of this card.
Yeah. It's so
A card which does something on your opponent's turn. That
Yes.
whole thing which Hearthstone was never supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right.
It's doing it.
I like it a lot because of that, because it adds a new mechanic to the game, which they've done a lot of. It feels like Ungoro, they have a lot, but this is a really cool mechanic that I like.
Plus, I like the kind of flavor behind it. It's a big fuck off dinosaur who eats stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Rest in peace.
That's what
all
a big
those tiny
dinosaur would
fins.
do. Those poor tiny fins. Right, so
I want to have that
we
guy
got some
fit 40
mage
tiny fins in
cards.
his deck. They cheated. All right, so let's go ahead. Evil Squirrel, would you like to take Mage?
Sure. So I've been trying to build an awesome secret mage deck for a while, and when I saw our Arcanologist come out, I got pretty excited.
Yeah.
Because we all every mage deck got hurt when our favorite 2-mana mad scientist left standard, because it was deck thinning for mages is such a powerful tool.
Oh, yeah.
And when now with withdrawing secrets from your deck, it's really, it doesn't play the secret, so it's not as strong as the mad scientist in that regard.
Well,
But it gets 1 extra health.
yeah, I
It
mean,
gets-
I don't know. This makes Freeze Mage a lot better in Wild,
Oh god.
because you gotta think. Mad
This just makes
Scientist
mage.
had issues because if you already had Ice Block out, you couldn't get another Ice Block. Well, now you have Ice Block. You play this, you get your other Ice Block guaranteed in your hand.
Yep.
That's crazy. I don't know.
It's definitely a very, very cool card, and I like it. I feel that
Okay, Pete. We're talking about for Wild, yeah, not necessarily for Standard. Yes, they lost Ice Lance for
Freeze
Standard.
Mage goes, but yeah, no, they're definitely pushing secret mage, and KP. I think my bold prediction, that's probably not so bold, is that the mage quest is going to be secret based.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Um,
elementals.
play 5 secrets or something like that, and I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be fun, especially with the new mage secret. So you want to pull that up,
Yep.
which I love, which is Metabot. And it's basically whenever an opponent casts a spell, add a copy to it that costs nothing.
Finally, Lore Walker Cho is a secret.
but it's only for you, and it's fantastic. I mean, it could totally backfire and give you a coin or something, because people are smart and they play around these cards. But at the beginning, but remember, no one played around Potion of Polymorph at the beginning of Mean Streets, so people aren't going to be thinking about this too much. But the thing is that it can be played at any time. If you play this on 3, and it's their turn 3 or their turn 4, you can get a very powerful card at that huge swing for your next turn, or you could play this on against a hunter, a mid-range hunter on 8. And then call the wild, and then you get a free call the wild. I mean, it's
against
just
shaman as well. Like feral spirits. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever other spells they play. I don't know how the man's gonna.
This is a
But
very
most spells are quite good.
and I'm very excited about it, and I think Secret Mage is going to be fun. So
Definitely.
that's what I have to say about that. We can move on to
So
the
let's
next
go over
card.
to this one. Leave the legendary for last.
Yeah, Flame Geyser. Flame Geyser is deal 2 damage and add an elemental to your hand. So
Pretty basic.
pretty basic. We're losing Arcane Blast, but Arcane Blast was only 1 mana for 2 damage.
Yeah, rest in peace.
And of course,
it doubled spell
it
damage.
doubled, so it's different. But this gives you the 1/2 elemental, and
Which is adorable.
It's very adorable.
very adorable. Now
Just look at its little
we've
face.
seen the mechanic, and it's been discussed about how playing an elemental and then the next turn a card will become more powerful. You know, we'll say do this effect if you played an elemental this turn. So getting those 1 mana elementals in your hand can really boost those cards.
Good.
We haven't seen them for Mage yet, so we don't know what it's going to really be. So I can't say whether the card's going to be good or not, depending on how much synergy Mage has with Elemental.
There's been a few neutral cards, I think, that were released. Well, at least 1 or 2 that have that.
Yeah.
Be played beforehand.
And I'm sure there'll be Elemental decks, but I just don't know how great that's going to be for Mage.
Yeah.
And then we have Pyros. Pyros is people either love it or hate it. It's a 2-mana 2/2. When it dies, like a phoenix, it goes back to your hand. It becomes a 6-mana 6/6. When that dies, it goes back to your hand and becomes a 10-mana 10/10. So
I don't like this card.
those stats are pretty far
card.
for being vanilla. The question then goes back to they are all elementals, and they are so each time you play one, not only do you get those vanilla stats, but you technically get you played an elemental the previous turn.
That's true.
So that's the bonus that you'd kind of get on it. So if the Mage Quest is something about play elementals, this gives you 3 for the price of 1.
Yeah. I mean,
unless you play in Zoth, in which case it gives you 5.
Yeah, the Zoth, or if Kazakis is still a thing. I mean, the Resurrect on that's pretty good. I feel like this card's situation, it's very good in the deck that it belongs in. But if you don't build a deck, that takes advantage of this card, I feel like it's just...
I feel like it has potential, but I don't think it's going to see constructed play.
Yeah.
Which makes me sad because Anomalous was just a giant failure.
It'd be a great card to get off of discover a Mage card, or add a random Mage card to your hand.
Sure.
In Arena, this card is going to be...
Oh, absolutely. In Arena, that's great. Because the one thing it also does give you is it gives you cards, so you have card, advantage. Yeah. You're getting extra cards, which is always beneficial, especially for mages. So that's what I'll say about that. We'll have to. We'll wait and see, and hopefully it turns out good.
But for now, it's a tentative, probably not great.
We'll see. I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Paladin. I'll go ahead and discuss some of those cards. So we'll start off here with Dino Size, 8 mana, 7 minions, attack and health at 10. I think this card's pretty cool. It's a 8 mana Pyroblast, which is always nice if trying to finish them off. There's a big meme going around where you throw it on Angry Chicken, or you throw it on the Stonehusk Boar. It's just 9 mana, smack in the face for 10.
Or Bluegill Warrior, that works.
Or Bluegill. It is a Murloc, so make a big old Murloc.
I bet that is a Bluegill Warrior that it's Dino Sizing. No, because he's green.
Blue, yeah. This is a Raider. This looks like a Raider or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, I don't know. There's not much to discuss about it. It's pretty basic. Set something at 10/10. So.
It's a meme card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to see much. Maybe a 1-up in mid-range. Highly doubt it. It's going to be great with the White Knight, whatever the card is, the Ivory Knight. That'd be pretty fun. Sure. Gain 8 life, the next turn smack him for 10. But it would be a great spell to discover. Yeah, I mean that's what I like about it's like all the hidden stuff in Hearthstone. Like you don't have to put in your deck. It's great for being discovered. It's great for a lot of things. You don't have to put it in your 30 cards.
Getting this with Ivory Knight would be hilarious.
I mean it's a Paladin card, so it's going to be more heavily weighed in the discover effect for it. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Do it.
Hydrologist.
So I don't know. I don't like this card. Because if it was in Hunter or Mage, this card would be great. But a lot of the Paladin secrets are pretty underwhelming. Maybe if you get Get Down or something like that. But
even then, it's a 2/2, 2 mana 2/2.
I don't know. We'll have to see. This might be good in if Secret Paladin still sticks around in Wild, this would be good to put in there.
I think
This would
Secret
definitely
Paladin's always going to be in Wild.
Yeah, it definitely could be a wild deck, but you know what? Like, you don't really even need more secrets, in
See,
wild. What would this take the place of? You wouldn't take out your shielded mini bot to put this in.
Yeah, that's true.
you wouldn't take out your knife juggler to put this in.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
Secret Paladin's already a pretty
yeah, I think
refined
this
deck.
card is a bust, and I don't think this is going to.
I don't know how it got 3.6. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
I'm just gonna say that it's.
if we start getting into comments, we'll be here.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and move on. Let's go a light fused Stegodon. I love this card. Adapt your Silverhand recruits. I feel like Paladin is shaping up to be, I mean, especially in Wild too, but if you build like a Silverhand recruit deck that, with Quartermaster, stuff like that, even this Quartermaster and this, if you want to do a little cute turn 10 finish, give them all Wind Fury, give them all +3 attack, or
Dino size.
Yeah, this card is, I like it. 4 mana, 3/4. Stats aren't very good, but you have if you most of the time people don't really kill off the Silverhand recruits. So, if you have 3 or 4 out, you play this. I mean, that could be 12.
I always kill the Silverhand recruits.
This could be a Bloodlust.
No, yeah, and this goes very hand in hand with the other card that was announced, that the 1 mana summon 2/1/1 Silverhand recruits.
Right here.
Oh yeah.
Lost in the Jungle.
Which is basically Living Roots,
but better.
Which can't do 2 damage.
Yeah. So, it really goes hand in hand with this card. You could drop 2 of these and then play that other card.
It's ridiculous.
So, I don't know what else is going to come from Silverhand recruits, but it's definitely an interesting concept.
I just think it's quite a funny concept.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're in the jungle.
Are you talking about Quartermaster? Oh, I wasn't necessarily comparing it to Quartermaster. I was just saying alongside Quartermaster, if you run it in Wild, you can add that in the deck and make it a dedicated Silverhand recruit deck. You have a lot of options. Obviously, it's not as powerful as Quartermaster, but then again, it could be. Who knows?
You run both.
Yeah, you definitely run both. All right, so let's go ahead and move over now to the man, the myth, the legend, Sunkeeper Tarum. Oh, you mean Enhanso.
Enhanso.
Yeah, that card's bad. I don't like that card. This card's much better.
Terrible.
Much better than Enhanso.
He saw play. He definitely saw play.
It was you saw a thing like Zoo, but
in Zoo decks, yeah, and
I don't think I would see play a Silverhand recruit deck though.
Yeah, I mean, why would you, if you can play a card with 2 more health, which lets you choose the adaptation?
Yeah.
All right.
Now we've got Sunkeeper Tarim.
So this, I love this. I absolutely love this card. I think it deserves like a 4.5, 5 stars. It depends. You have to build the right deck for it, but he sets everyone else to 3, so it buffs all your guys, and then, it requires 3 cards to trade into him from your opponent unless they have some sort of removal for it to so he pretty much effectively buffs your guys and then kills 3 of their guys to get rid of him because as you see he has the 7 health, so then they're sending in a 3/3 to kill a 3/1 at that point, and then that just feels great. I don't know, I love this card, very excited about it.
Yeah, this is a very, very cool card. I feel like it definitely has play in a control paladin type format, or even a secret, not a secret, a Silverhand deck. You just load your side up with little tokens. What's the 5 mana summon 5/5 5/1/1 Silverhand recruits?
Not a light in the darkness.
So you put
it is a light in the darkness, isn't it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
turn
pretty
6,
sure it is.
You're attacking. You have 3 5/5s that are ready to attack. So this has so much potential.
Yeah, I love this card.
Offensively and defensively. I think it's a great card.
Yeah, I got my golden.
So are you
paladin
going to
a while
make
ago.
a
I'm ready
silver
for it.
hand recruit deck?
I am definitely making a silver hand recruit deck.
Well, that will be our deck of the week
Yeah.
when Goro comes out.
Yeah, my first golden class is paladin, and I got it playing N'Zoth paladin, and it felt great. I just love control paladin in this. Obviously,
The,
this wouldn't go in N'Zoth paladin necessarily, but just the control archetype.
Well,
for paladin.
another interesting thing about this too is that we need to really keep our eyes on is it's a 6 mana card, so it's taking the place of Sylvanas,
Yeah.
and with Sylvanas gone, that 6 mana slot really opens up. With Azure Drake leaving, the 5 mana slot really opens up. So there's going to be a lot more variety in those classes for every class. Rather in the 5, 6, and 8 slot. So it's very, very interesting.
Definitely. All right, so let's go ahead and move on now to Priest. Let's get this loaded up. A few cards for Priest. So let's start off with the quest.
I love Priest.
Go ahead, Bobson. You can talk about that then.
Yeah. Okay. So, quest. I'm making the makers. Summon 7 Death Rattle minions. Easy. Then you are rewarded with. Is it
Amara, Warden of Hope.
Amara? Amara, Warden of Hope. Battle a 5 mana 8/8 with Taunt, which is insane.
They're all
Which
5
sets
mana
your
cards.
health. Yeah, they're really big on 5 mana 8/8s. Battle Cry, set your hero's health to 40.
I hate this card.
So no matter what your health was on previously, if you are at 1 health, or you're at full health, or you've become Jaraxxus somehow by a Cabal Courier, or you've become Ragnaros because you're playing in Wild with Mage and Domo,
This would be so
your
good.
health
Ragnaros.
becomes 40.
I hate this card. I said it.
I
a
love
while
this
ago.
card.
I hate it now.
Like, so my 2 favorite things in Hearthstone are N'Zoth decks and Priest.
Well,
this looks
there
like
you
this is
go.
the card for you then. Oh,
I'm so excited about
I
this
am
card.
interested to see how this works
Plus,
with
the
Reno.
effect is. Oh, it's going to be that your health, the maximum is now 40. So
Yeah,
if you Reno after that, then
because
right back up to 40.
if you noticed, if you have Alkanai Soul Priest, you can have 3 life, and you play Reno, it says -30. So I wonder if there's any bugs or anything, or if it's on purpose going to only do 30 health, or after this is played, the system will recognize that your full health is now 40.
I think the way Orkanai works, I think the way that the heat or the Reno works is that it will, and the mechanic will add 1 health until you are at full health. The maximum it can add is 30. But when you have Orkanai and Reno, it keeps it it does the whole thing without realizing that the health is going down. So it manages to do the entire 30, which is the most that Reno
I'm sure
can ever
Disguised
heal.
Toast will do some cool little videos for his whole set.
But the issue is, what death rattles are we going to use? Now we have this little dude, the crystalline Oracle, a swashbuckler and a shifting shade had a baby,
Yeah, I like this
and
card.
it's an elemental.
That's
I
good.
love this card so much.
Yeah.
Getting
It's-
stuff from your opponent's deck is always better than from a random,
Yep.
just from their class.
Strong.
'Cause,
Very
you know,
good.
I mean,
Very-
of the 3 burgly type mechanics, rogue, priest, and what's the other one?
what is the other
Never
one? I
mind.
don't know.
I don't know what I'm talking about. But just getting a random card from your opponent's class is just
Yeah, I mean,
can be good. But chances are that your opponent is running good cards in their deck, unless they're a Jade Druid, in which case everything you get will be rubbish.
That's right.
I hate playing Dragon Priest against Jade Druid because the operatives get nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because everything is Jade synergies.
Yeah, it's a basic card. Not much to talk about.
But
It's a simple effect
it's
on a
just
1 mana
a
1/1.
very,
It's good.
just a very, very good card. And obviously, it's a 1 mana. It's a 1 mana card which goes towards the Death Rattle quest. It's resummoned by N'Zoth.
Yeah.
Lots of synergies.
So this card here, I'm very curious about, given its name is Curious. No pun intended. But it's very interesting.
Curious Glimmerroot. So, Battle Cry. You look at this is essentially a mini game in Hearthstone,
Yes.
which is
Now,
quite interesting. There is no other card right now that exists which is like this card. So
Yeah.
you look at 3 cards, 3 random cards, and you have to select one which you think is in your opponent's deck. If you are correct, you get a copy of that card. If you are wrong, nothing.
Sucks to
So
suck.
this card is, I think, it's going to improve. This card is going to be terrible just after the expansion launches, when everyone's experimenting.
Is it
with
3
things.
cards in their deck, or is it just 3 cards?
it's just 3 cards.
No, it's 3
It's-
cards.
it's
So
like,
2
here's a
cards
paladin
jump up
card.
and then-
Here's a paladin card, here's a rogue card, and then here's a card from the class they're playing. You're like,
Well,
I wonder.
according to the developer,
I
the
imagine
cards
it'll be
that
cards
aren't
that-
the one that was in their deck, it's supposed to be kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to
Things
be?
like angry chickens and things like that. But we'll have to.
I mean, that much remains to be seen with experimentation. So it could be just a very easy thing where it's just constantly like Blood of the Ancient One twice and a Druid card.
Yeah.
If you're playing against a Druid. Who knows? But besides that, it is only a 3-mana 3/3. And I'm not sure the effect is good enough to justify play, especially if Priest Thing is Death Rattles.
Oh no, I
So
think
now we have
it's a better 3-drop.
on the theme of making terrible legendaries into rare cards, we've got Herald Volage.
Yes.
So Mirage Caller, Battle Cry, choose a friendly minion, summon a 1/1 copy of it. Although it does only do it for 1 minion rather than all of them.
I mean, the great thing is you get to choose though. So this is going to be great in a Zoth Priest and Wild.
Oh yeah,
Like Sylvanas and then
Death
maybe another
Rattles.
Sylvanas, or pretty much any of your beneficial Death Rattles. I mean, this is going to be.
or just standard. I mean,
Oh,
in
yeah,
South
man.
Priest, it's very much going to be a thing. It's standard.
I guess
Just making a 1/1 copy of any Death Rattle, even if you only manage to pull it off on the little 1/1 dude, you've still got insane value from this card,
yeah.
And it counts toward the quest
and it counts towards.
because it's a
There is already a lot of
Yeah,
Death
it
Rattle
is.
things
It's just
going on
summon.
here.
So yeah.
It's not
And
so
Zoth Priest hype.
I like this card. All right, so let's move on to another interesting card. The Priest is getting a lot of interesting cards. Makes you think every time you like.
Shadow Visions. This card is, I think, pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, you get a. I mean, Priest runs quite a few like spells, but a lot of them are like early drops, and then the rest are like situational cards. So you play your Power Word Shields, get those out of the way. Play this, mid to late game. Find your Shadow Word Death. Find your Shadow Word Pain. Find your Dragonfire Potions. The best part is.
Yeah, thing is, everything priests run is generally a duplicate. They have maybe 5, 6 spells which they run. So you've got probably a 50% chance to find exactly the thing you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, the best part is it doesn't steal it from your deck, it copies it. So you're going to draw that card again later on.
Yeah, so
That's
a
great.
free Shadow Word Death is insane. A free Dragonfire Potion. Value! I think all the priest cards so far have been
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy about Priest.
pretty great.
Except for Warden of Hope. I hate that card. Anyways, speaking of Death Rattle, We got
This dude.
we got Turtle Man.
Yep, we have the Tortolon Shell Razor, which is one of the worst puns of the expansion so far.
So,
But
pretty much,
it
you know,
is just an
it's
awesome card.
Dark Coldest, but Taunt, which I think, I love the Death Rattle. Give something +1/+1, because then it makes them think, they're like, it makes them change their play, because they're like, okay, so now we have to kill something and then figure out, like, oh, okay, so if it goes to this, then I gotta do this. So it makes your opponent think. Sometimes they'll make the wrong play and take advantage of it.
I think that this card is going to be nice in Arena and absolute garbage in constructed play.
I'm going to play it.
I feel like this would go well in the Death Rattle Priest. I mean, if it's an Azoth.
But in Rattle Priest, you have Shifting Shade at 4.
Yeah.
What are your other 4 drops that you're going to cut to put this in?
There aren't any other 4 drops.
Maybe this will take the place of, I don't know, like Azure Drake. Since Azure Drake would go in a Death Rattle deck just because getting the card draw.
I don't know. I feel like this is pretty rubbish. We'll see.
I think it needs. Priest is probably going to need taunts. This is just going to be a kind of don't die card.
Move over to Rogue. Squirrel, would you like to take this one?
Sure.
All right, so we'll start off with the quest.
So
Caverns below.
The quest is the Caverns Below, and it says play 4 minions with the same name, and the reward is the Crystal Cave. And the Crystal Cave says that all of your minions for the rest of the game are 5/5s. This is a very, very interesting card. Definitely some sort of what I love about it is that it encourages experimentation, and there's so many ways to do it. Between if you talk about Wild or just Standard, you're looking at Shadow Step, you're looking at Gang Up, you're looking at Thistle Tea.
Even the Brewmasters, and then the Ferryman.
Brewmasters, Ferryman. There are so many ways to do this that every player can choose which way that they want to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really cool concept. And obviously you're going to want to do this, and it's going to be some sort of fast-paced, aggro-ish type of deck.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if people pull this off before turn 5. I wouldn't say consistently, but it wouldn't be uncommon to see them pull it off before turn 5 or at turn 5.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then you're playing 5/5 Argent Squires. You're playing 5/5 boars. Who knows what you have.
5/5 patches.
5/5 swashbucklers.
Yeah, exactly. So it becomes very interesting. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun to play. I don't think that this is going to be like a tier 1, tier 2 deck.
You're never going to see this in the World Championship.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I think it's pretty rubbish.
Yeah,
but it's going to be hilarious when it works.
Yeah. So
there's going to be some fantastic best of clips on YouTube of people finally getting that card to work.
With this card, Mimic Pod, draw a card and add a copy to your hand. This is just basically like a Thistle Tea, a smaller Thistle Tea. And
it's literally half a Thistle Tea.
Yeah, literally. And this is just would be used for that kind of quest. It's just another mechanic.
I'd be real pissed off if I got a spell though.
I could see this.
No.
I could see this going into. I could see this going into Miracle Rogue, and possibly even taking the place. Well, I wouldn't say taking the place of Fan of Knives, but it's interesting because you get a copy, and let's say you draw a prep. You're getting 2 preps. I mean, this could really do some crazy stuff in a Miracle Rogue, but I don't know if it's going to actually happen or not. So.
I'm sure it'll be tried. People will try it out.
It'll be tried, and it's interesting, but
I think it's worth remembering that Rogue traditionally, their cards always look absolute garbage before the actual release, and someone figures out how to make them work, because Rogue only works in really, really combo heavy decks.
Yeah.
So any one card by itself looks terrible.
Speaking of combo,
The possible exception of Swashbuckler. So we have the Vile Spin Slayer combo, destroy a minion.
Yes, this is it's assassinate with a 3/4 body.
Yeah, I mean it's even the same cost as assassinate. So I mean, just try and play something before it, and then
it's
that's just
very,
strong.
Very hard. I do see it being played. I feel like there's going to be another archetype of rogue that comes out, besides Miracle, and besides this aggro variant that's out, almost like a mid-range rogue. And I think that this is going to be a very, very powerful tool inside of that.
I really, it wasn't very good, but I liked Cthulhu Rogue. It was a very mid-range feely. It had that card that, destroy a minion, give it stats to Cthulhu. I mean, I liked that. I mean,
Blade of Cthulhu was an awesome card.
Yeah. Maybe if they get a few. I mean, here's another. We'll just transition over to the legendary. Here's another card that can fit. And I mean, it's probably going Miracle Rogue, but I mean, if you have a few spells, you can add it maybe to mid range if it has kind of like a Miracle Shell.
This is a very interesting card. This is Sherazin Corpse Flower. It's legendary. And it goes dormant. You play 4 cards in a turn to revive the minion. So really, it's just a card that never goes away unless you silence it.
But you can only silence it while it's not dormant.
The interesting thing about it is I just don't feel like how many times in a game do you play that 4 cards or more as a rogue?
At most 2 times. I can't see it happening more than twice. I'd be very surprised.
So I don't know if the stats, with it being so easy to kill with 3 mana.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, a free 5/3 later on in the game. I mean, that's not bad. I just wish it got charged. If they had charge, it'd be much better.
Yeah,
some weird combo, you have a 5/3 waiting with charge, and then that's probably why they didn't do
Cold
this.
Blood. Cold Blood.
This is like a free Leroy,
prep,
Phantom Knives. I don't know.
I think it's just a little bit. The fact that after it becomes alive again, and it's just like it's been summoned, and it cannot attack, and it's just so easy to kill, mean that it's probably not going to be very good. Yeah. It might be better if it took 1 less card to activate, or if it had 1 more health. But I think in this current state, it's just a bit bad.
I definitely agree. I think if it was 3 cards, I think that Rogue could do that a lot.
I feel like it was 3 cards. This card would be busted, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel like it would definitely be busted in 3 cards, and I definitely think at 5/4 it would be busted too. So I think it's balanced, but I just don't know.
Not very good.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Shaman now. I'm very excited for this. I have Golden Shaman. I have Murgle. I love Murlocs. I'm ready for this. So unite the Murlocs. Summon 10 Murlocs. Reward is Megafin. Megafin is another 5 mana 8/8. When you play it, you fill your hand with random Murlocs. So I am very excited about this. I love Murlocs, and having my
and a tiny fence.
Yeah, having my Murgle, unite all the Murlocs against the dreaded dinosaurs to summon a bunch of Murlocs and have them at his command. It's gonna feel good, and have a 5 mana 8/8. What's 4 mana 7/7? Who's that? I don't know. I'm looking at a 5 mana 8/8
with no overload.
The best part is I really feel like this card. I feel like you're gonna consistently play this on turn 5, turn 6, with the deck that you build for it.
So calling the finishes does summon 4 Murlocs for this quest,
exactly.
Right?
It does, and also in Wild, anything is possible. Or is everything is awesome? I don't know.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah, everything
is awesome.
That card is gonna be busted. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. This is one of the first cards that were revealed. Volcano.
Volcano.
So at first, I really didn't like this card, but after I started thinking about it, it's actually really good. So deals 15 damage split among all minions, not characters, just minions. It's Overload 2. So if your opponent plays, kind of Ragnaros is leaving, but just for example's sake, they're like, they drop Ragnaros, they shoot something for 8, right? You play this, and let's say they have Ragnaros and, another card's leaving, Azure Drake. This can kill, if you don't have any minions, this will kill Ragnaros, and this will kill Azure Drake. For 5 mana, that's pretty good. I don't know.
It's much better if against, say, 1 or 2 big minions.
Yeah,
or if they've just got, if it's, say, I don't know, Pirate Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on turn 5, you're dead. You're not even playing this against Pirate Warrior.
Yeah, this is really good. If this goes in Control Shaman, like, control decks don't really play many minions. They play big, heavy stuff towards the end. So, you play this is a one-sided board wipe. It's much better than, Lightning Storm, I think. Or, not Lightning Storm, was it the Elemental Destruction?
Elemental Destruction's going away in standard.
So I feel like this is the kind of the taking over for that slot. But, this just, it's shooting missiles at stuff. So if something has 5 health and, it won't do a 4 damage, it'll do a 5 to that. Because if something dies, it stops shooting them. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. It will definitely have. This card will definitely get play. It will be situational and deck dependent.
7 mana, 4/4.
Yeah, this is kind of funny. I feel like it's kind of a meme on Blizzard's end. It's 7
Reverse
mana, 4/4.
memes.
Yeah. So this is one of the we talked about earlier with if you played Elemental last turn, do something. Well, this one, if you played Elemental last turn, summon 2/2/3 Elementals with Taunt. So you're pretty much, 7 mana, throw this down, you're getting a Feral Spirits for free. But they're also elementals, so if there's any elemental buffs, it'll work for them.
And Feral Spirit,
and they look cool. Wow.
Is a 5 mana card. When you count the overload, so you're paying 2 mana essentially for a 4/4.
It's pretty good.
When you think about it, as far as value goes.
Play.
But again, it would only see play in an elemental-based shaman deck.
Oh, definitely.
Which is almost definitely going to be a thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of elementals, we have another one. Kalamos Primal Lord. Battle Cry, if you played elemental last turn, cast an elemental invocation. So let's see, we got him over here. So it was confirmed that you get to choose which one you play, so it's not random, which makes this much better.
Is it you get a choice from all 4?
Yeah.
Or you get a choice?
You pick whichever one you want.
Oh, damn.
It's really good.
So what are these invocations?
So, Invocation of Air, deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. It's free, so when you play this, it's casting a free spell. Invocation of Earth, fill your board with 1/1 elementals, so it could be like a Onyxia. Invocation of Fire, just smack them in the face for 6. Invocation of Water, which I think is the ones we played the most, is restore 12 health to your hero.
So this is a hella versatile card.
Yeah, this is a very good card. It does everything. It could kill someone. It can.
It's burst. It's healing.
It's everything.
It's a board fight. It's AoE. It's literally all of the things you could possibly want.
Exactly. The versatility is good. It takes the place of Ragnaros as in the 8 mana slot.
Oh, definitely.
In an elemental deck, the card. If you think about it from again going back to value, 6 mana is the 7/7. Is the average for 7. So the 4 mana 7/7 is overload 2. So it's really 6 mana 7/7, and that would be a base kind of stats for at 6. So really, you're looking at 2 mana to get one of those spells down, of your choice, and obviously for 2 mana, those are way overpowered. And of course, it's adaptable to your situation. Since we're using adapt, since it's Ungoro, you can adapt your situation. So it's a very powerful card. The only way it's going to be played is specifically an elemental shaman deck.
Yeah.
but very cool in that kind of deck.
Also, it is the highest rated card so far that's been released. It had a rating of 4.6 out of 5 there.
Yeah, that's a great card.
Which is mad.
All right, well,
so
I'll take the Warlock because I'm really excited about.
Let's start
Warlock
off with the quest.
So the Lakari Sacrifice. The quest is discard 6 cards, and your reward is a Nether Portal. Now, if you're not familiar with a portal, there was the Nether Spite fight that had portals in Karazhan, but essentially it's a portal, and it takes 1 space of a minion on your board, and it cannot be removed by anything. At least at this point, there's nothing that removes portals.
I don't think there will be.
There is one thing you can do, and it's actually like 100% effective. Yeah, concede.
I hear it works quite well.
So the portal at the end of your turn summons 2 3/2 imps.
Ridiculous.
And so that's every turn you're getting 2 3/2 imps for free.
And 6/4 worth of stats for free.
For free every turn.
I'll just ride on it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really looking forward to getting one of these out as fast as possible. Demon Lock is going to be a very fun deck.
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing to think about though, how long does it take to discard 6 cards?
Well, let's go to the next card that we can talk about, which would be the Fellhound. The card is
so good.
A 3/8 taunt, which is ridiculous stats for especially at the 4 mana slot. Discard 2 random cards. So you have the discard. Okay, so in standard you're losing Fist of Jaraxxus, but you still have Silverware Golem. You'll have the legendary that we're going to be talking about shortly. That all are bonuses to when you discard them. So getting rid of those is good.
Yeah, so let's move on. I mean, it's a good card. Pretty simple though.
So it's just you just.
I think we have the most important one to talk about when we're talking about discards.
We'll do the legendary last. Let's do this one just real quick.
Corrupting Mist, corrupt every minion, destroy them at the end of your turn. It's like a Doomsayer, but
it's
better.
It's the card Corruption, but everything.
Yeah, but I think it can be good, and I think it could be pretty trash too, because you're going to take all the damage from them. At least with the Doomsayer, you have the option to kind of like heal for 7 in a way. You're also corrupting. You have a way where you can play this and then play more minions so that your minions live. But then again, anything that they play the next turn lives. It only kills the stuff that it's hit. Yeah. So I don't think it's as good as a Doomsayer. I don't think it will take
Doomsayer. I think Doomsayer definitely played over that card for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the legendary now. I like this card a lot.
Clutch Mother Zavas. She is amazing. She's a beast, which is a little disappointing because I wish she was a demon, but she's a Sithlid. So, but when it's a 2 mana 2/2, and when you discard the card, give it +2/+2 and return it to your hand.
I mean, shoot, discarding it once, it's already a good 2 mana 4/4. Heaven forbid you do it twice, 2 mana 6/6. That's great.
And in this deck, you're going to be really trying to mulligan for this, and you're just going to be discarding it, and she's just going to. Clutch Mother is just an amazing card. I'm really looking for. I already play it. You went offline again.
Really? It shows me it's online.
I can still see it.
Okay. Well, I will say that I already play Demon Lock. I love the deck. And right now I've been playing a lot of Reno, Zoo, but I also have a pure Demon Lock disco deck, and it's just gonna get so nasty. I'll tell you that Clutch Mother Zaris it will be a day one craft for me.
Oh yeah, same here.
Gold.
I mean, we're gonna have
Oh.
so much dust. So
So
yeah.
So much.
that is my day one craft. I can tell you that.
Are we all going to do a big pack opening?
Oh yeah. I plan on, was it a Thursday? Yeah, we can just do next Thursday. We'll just stream instead of on Monday. We can just have a big old
Yeah.
pack opening.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Warrior. Who'd like to take the honors?
I'll take this one. So, well, shall we start with the obviously bad card? The Explore and Goro.
I don't know. I feel like this would be very fun for like having like friends play against each
Oh,
other.
it's gonna
Like,
be
if like
so.
let's say two of us, we just make a basic Warrior deck with Explore and Goro and just keep restarting until we both have it. I think that'd be a fun game to play. Or like they'll probably make us a Tavern Brawl, honestly. Or have they already done that? Everything's discovered.
I
think they already have.
I feel like that's gonna be quite likely. I mean, it's by no means gonna. I saw some theory crafting where some people are suggesting having that in full-on Control Warrior instead of Elise,
They'll lose.
Yeah.
which is, I think,
I welcome it.
good. I mean, I'm gonna try it, but it's gonna be bad.
Yeah. I welcome them.
But this
to try
that
it.
card's gonna
That way I can
provide,
beat them.
but
Alright.
it's gonna be full-on memes. Then we have the Molten Blade.
Actually,
Shift
it's an interesting
Zeris
card.
is a weapon.
This
I
does-
I think this card is quite good.
This doesn't say warrior or class, so this
No.
the Shifter Zeris switch between every class, everything.
It was confirmed by devs that it can be any weapon, any collectible weapon in the game.
So I mean, there's some pretty cool
So
options.
no Ashbringer,
Yeah, but
Not an Ashbringer, no.
I'm trying to think
no
of what
Tools
all
Drax.
good are their weapons.
And it can't be the Medivh's
Oh.
weapon either.
No, I'm just gonna keep this until I can get what is it, the Jade Claw, so I can play Jade as a warrior.
Yeah, or a Doomhammer as a
Yeah,
warrior.
I'll
That'd be
play-
nice.
Yeah.
There are some pretty good weapons in the game.
Yeah. I think it's a very cool card. I think that I think that even like aggro decks like Pirate Warrior and things could find a use for it. I think it's a fun card. I don't see it going to HCT like you say, but
Yeah.
but I see it being a fun card to play.
All right, so let's move on
And
to the big bad boss of
King Mosh.
This card is cool.
I dig this card.
This is a one-sided death
I really like this card.
because I mean, Warrior will run Whirlwind. You can set it up with like a Ravaging Ghoul and then play it, or if you want, you can play. If you want to run Whirlwind in your deck, Whirlwind, throw this down, completely kill all minions.
I mean, it's a fairly solid Control Warrior card.
Yeah, I like it.
What Control Warrior runs a lot of Whirlwind effects, especially if they're playing, say, Sleep with the Fishes, Ravaging Ghoul. They'll have, if they run this, they're going to run at least one Whirlwind. That's
Revenge-
10 mana combo, which
Revenge
clears
goes
the
away,
board.
right?
I just hope that
Revenge is leaving standard, sadly.
I just hope when you play this, it opens up a big pit and all the damage things go in there, and he's like, "Welcome to the mosh pit," and they all die. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a pretty awesome animation along the lines of Deathwing.
Yeah, and then if they have like ETC, he can jump out and start playing some music. That'd be cool. All right, so all right, that's it for all the class cards. Let's go on down now to neutral, which I think there's quite a few neutral. Yeah, there's about 12, looks like.
Right.
All right, so let's start off with
Firefly.
Let's just
Good.
go from left to right. We'll start off with Elise. So this
Trailblazer.
card is interesting. I mean, Elise has to shuffle the cool goodies in your deck, to stick with her theme. And I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys saw the animation. I'm sure you did for this. It is awesome.
Yeah.
You open up a pack in the middle of the game, like I love opening packs. So if I get to do this in the middle of a game, I'm happy. They said that you're guaranteed a legendary, at least one legendary, high chance to get two, and then like, I think I don't know. I think the cool thing is they said there's like a 20% chance you can get golden cards from it. And I think that'd be even cooler to like who can get the best Elise pack or something like that, like some cool like golden legendaries or something.
Yeah, and please note though, you don't get to actually keep these cards. They're just in your deck for the game.
That'd be cool though if you could get like, yeah, like a golden something.
Yeah, I mean, Blizzard just start giving away free cards. I can't see that happening, sadly.
Yeah. I mean,
But
actually,
I love this card.
starting Wednesday, we're getting some free stuff.
Yeah, we'll cover that at the end.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to Firefly now. So 1 mana, 1/2, Battlecry. Add a 1/2 elemental to your hand. I mean, it's nothing. You just get adorable little flame elementals. Nothing
It's
crazy.
cheaper elemental.
It's just
It's cheaper.
yeah. It's just
It's a
something to
one-drop.
throw in your deck.
It's just filler.
Filler.
Elemental filler.
I feel like
essentially.
it might see playing some elemental decks.
Oh yeah, but nothing else.
Nothing crazy. So now we got Gentle Megasaur, adapt your Murlocs. And this is going to be awesome in my Murloc Shaman deck.
Yes, that is
I'm
going to be
going
very
to-
awesome in your Murloc Shaman deck.
I'm going to
I
play
think it'll
this.
be fun in Murloc Pally too. Murloc Pally has a really fun deck to play as well. So this is totally a meme, card. But fun nonetheless.
Murgle is going to be riding on the back of this, pointing out as a herd of Murlocs come and destroy my opponents. It's going to be great.
I wonder, I guess my question is when it says adapt your Murlocs, I wonder like how it will show you like which Murloc you're, adapting when you.
It's on the board, right?
So when you play it, they said that you choose one and every Murloc gets that one. You don't pick for each one. And so like kind of like the Silverhand recruits, you play it. If you pick +3 attack, they all get +3 attack. Or Wind Fury, the Death Rattle Summon.
Okay,
so
that makes sense.
This
Makes
is literally the Paladin card, except it's a neutral for Murlocs.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I guess if you could pick and choose for each individual one, that would be way too overpowered.
yeah,
That would be
just
insane.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is though, I mean, if you get like the God Hand, you can have like fill your board with Murlocs. Turn 3 play World Leader. Turn 4 play this, and you can have like a turn 4 kill.
Oh yeah, this is nasty. It could be very nasty in a Murloc. When Murloc decks work, they're disgusting.
Yeah.
But
Murlocs are.
All right.
So we have Frost Elemental.
Well,
Little
honestly,
babby Frost Elemental.
this card's pretty.
This card's good.
I mean, early like turn, especially Pirate Warrior probably won't stick around that much longer, but if you play this, you're shutting down a pirate for a turn. I mean, that could effectively be like 3, 4, 5 damage that you're preventing because you can freeze one, next turn kill the other.
let's be real. This card will never, ever, ever see a real constructed deck. It's nice for Arena, but this card will never see a constructed deck.
Yeah, I mean, for budget players, I feel like it might be, like rank 20 area. This might be pretty good for them.
They have better choices at rank 20 than, they could drop a Mana Worm, or
That's
any.
true.
There's so many good. This game is so many good one drops. This is just filler. That's all.
Solid filler.
Apparently, people think
Solid
it's
elemental
4
filler.
out of 5, though. I don't agree with that.
The people on Hearth on this site aren't the best judgment of character.
All right, so let's move on to another attempt to make a better ooze, which I believe they failed.
I'm standing by this one.
I don't know. I mean,
I like this.
you're at most. I mean, unless you get lucky and play it when they have a Gore Hell, you're gaining 3 armor at most. In like in an average game, I don't think paying an extra mana to get 1 extra health and gain 3 armor is worth it.
I agree with Dubs.
Especially
I feel
at
like
Epic, you have to craft this. I'm not spending 400 dust for a little bit better ooze. I don't know.
I'm gonna craft it to prove you all wrong.
All right. You should craft it golden. Rub it in our face.
I'm
a little
crafting
more.
this golden.
Yeah, rub it in my face. I want to see it. Craft.
I dig this card. I dig this card.
I feel like I feel the same as Dubs. The only way I would play this over Acidic Swamp Ooze um, for the extra mana would be if Doomhammers came back or Arcanite Reapers, just things, big weapons suddenly made a huge comeback and were really like romping the meta.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't see.
I don't know.
Or I guess the only other way would be like as if my two slot was really full, and I just wanted to, and I had room in my. It's very situational.
I don't know. Bob, so let's hear your opinion. I'd like to hear why you think this is such a good card. Maybe you can change my mind.
I'm mad. I just, well, like, it's, well, this card, if we had it right now, would be mad. And
Oh, yeah,
I still
of course.
think that Pirate Warrior is going to be a thing. It's very much still going to be a big thing after this expansion because it's not losing any cards. None of it's being nerfed. It's still going to be quite good. And often when you're playing against Pirate Warrior, even just 3 health can be the difference between killing them or you dying.
I guess that's true. I don't know.
Especially in aggro mirrors.
I guess it
like-
just heavily depends on what the meta looks like. If it's
Because-
I
Because the Pirate Warriors are always
would run
free.
this. I would run this in Pirate Warrior
really?
because it doesn't. Yeah, it's got a fair few 2s, and it's
So what are you going to take out?
sticking in oozing.
You going to take out your Berserker to throw that guy in?
Speaking of ooze, not ooze, Pirate
You say
Warrior.
that. I don't run Thrashing Berserker in my Pirate Warrior.
Oh my
I
god.
realized today when I was playing, looking at my deck list, that I haven't put it in.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I'm doing pretty well.
If you want
That's
to talk
pretty
about
incredible.
Pirate Warrior hate, let's just look at this card
Incredible.
because this card's
This is
sole
just
purpose
fun.
in life is to kill Pirate Warrior. I don't know. I hate that. This card's
Yeah.
terrible.
This card is so bad.
I would play
But
this
it's fun.
card. I would play this card over that ooze.
Yeah, same here. I don't know.
I'm
A
going
lot-
with the ooze.
I've been
I'm
hearing.
crafting my golden ooze.
I've been hearing a lot of talk
Screw you
about
guys.
people saying they want to run this in Pirate Warrior. You know, like
That's just so
attack with
stupid.
patches. Play this. Get a 2-mana 3/4. I don't know. I don't think it's.
That's
What-
such a bad idea.
What are you gonna do if you have to destroy a pirate? So what are you gonna do if you draw it late game and you have a whole bunch of big pirates out? You can't play it. Now you're kind of screwed.
You know, but the thing is, what you would be doing there is you are destroying 1/1 worth of stats in order to gain 1/1 worth of stats. So the absolute best case scenario, assuming you don't fuck yourself over by having the top decking this when you've only got, say, a Null and Corsair on the board,
Yeah.
the best case scenario is you're breaking even on value and you're just getting a 2-mana 2/3 worth of stats.
Yeah. All right.
And that is your reward for running a bad card in your deck.
I feel like we've discussed this card way more than it's worth because that card is miserable. Let's move on to something just a little bit stronger than that card. You know, just a tiny bit. We got Ozruk, a 9-mana 5/5, great stats by the way, with Taunt,
Sick.
Battle Cry, gain +5 health for each elemental you played last turn. So I mean,
So
this
all
is
those
good.
little 1/1, all those little 1-mana elemental dudes. Say you run your 2 of the 1-mana
So what-
frost dude, 2
What's
of
the
the
most this could be?
fireflies. If you ran,
This could
yeah,
be
if you had 10 1-mana, I guess the most you could do would be 7 little 1-mana guys.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a 5-mana 40 or a 9-mana 5/40. I mean, theoretically, of course, but still, I mean, that's kind of
That's hilarious.
yeah.
That
And
dies
if you-
Pit Snake.
There's a lot of removal in this game, though, so I don't, especially like late game turn 9. I don't know.
Yeah.
That Silithid, what is the card? The 5-mana 5/9 or the 9-mana 5/9 that has Shroud.
Slither.
If that card didn't see play, this card's not seeing play. That's just my opinion.
I
Yeah,
agree with you.
if you get silenced,
I mean, even that
you
card,
feel
you
bad.
can't, it can't be targeted by stuff. This card can be targeted by everything in the book.
Yep.
It's just kind of bad.
I feel like
And
it's just a card to get players to look at it and go, wow. And it's an
Oh
exciting
my
card.
god,
I
this
mean,
is so sick.
it's an exciting card. It's just competitively, it's not gonna do good. I don't know. I'm really excited about this card. Primal Fin Lookout, 3 mana, 3/2 battle cry. If you control a Murloc, discover a Murloc. I mean, this card is gonna be great.
for Murloc decks, it's going to be really good because the
Yeah.
one thing that Murloc decks always lack is card draw,
Mm-hmm.
minus of course Cold Light Oracles. But I always find when I'm playing Murlocs, you get to like turn 4 and turn 5, and your hand is empty.
Yeah.
Yep.
So playing this just keeps cards coming into your hand, and I think it's a cool card for Murloc decks.
No, I mean, and you get to choose. So like, you're not just getting some random Murloc. Like you
War
have
leader,
three. You have three
Blue
options,
bill.
so you can choose. You know, if
Ninja.
you're like, you can get the card that buffs your Murloc's health. If you're like, you want to trade in with their minions, you can play this, find another card, play it, and then
Yeah.
there's,
Or you could get old Merc guy.
yeah, there's a lot of possibilities for this card.
Yeah, it's a cool card for Murloc decks, but that's where that ends.
All right, so let's move on to Tar Creeper.
This card is sick.
Yeah, this is like one of the first cards they made that's like, exclusively defensive. It's not going to have 2 attack on your turn, so you're pretty much, you have a 3 mana 3/5 only on your opponent's turn. So it's like
On your opponent's turn, it's a 3 mana Sludge Belcher.
Yeah,
It's pretty sick.
and it's an elemental, so if there's any elemental buffs, any synergies besides the last turn play, I mean, this is pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent anti-aggro tool.
Definitely.
People are running second-rate bruiser because of the effect that it has against aggro. So I think it's a nice anti-aggro card, and I think it will help keep aggro in check.
Yeah, definitely. All right,
I
so
love this card.
now we have Thunder Lizard. Battle Cry, if you played Elemental last turn, adapt. So, I mean...
Just combining 2 of the buzzwords for this expansion into one
Yeah.
card.
I mean, it's an okay card. Not bad. I mean, I don't think it's great either.
It's solidly mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's unsolidly mediocre. I mean, it could be a 6/3, it could be a 3/6 for 3 mana. It could be a
3/3 with
3/3
Divine Shield.
or 3/3 stealth. I mean, so the adapt effects are good. There's no doubt about it, but it's just mediocre.
It's just meh.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this card. I'm really excited about this card in an Elemental deck. Tolvir Stone Shaper. So if you played an Elemental last turn, it gets Taunt and Divine Shield.
This
So,
card
I mean, this is just
mad.
it's a power creep for Tazdingo. So, I mean, you're only going to play this in a deck that runs Elemental. So it's very likely that, maybe not necessarily turn 3, turn 4, but, somewhere when you play this, you're going to have played Elemental the turn before. So, I mean, a 4 mana 3/5 Divine Taunt Shield.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, but if you think about Tar Creeper's a 3 mana 3/5 with taunt.
I don't know. I feel like
But can we also note that you can play Tar Creeper turn 3, then this turn 4,
That is true. That's a lot of health to get through.
because Tar Creeper is an elemental. That is a lot of
I don't know.
anti-aggro.
I wouldn't run this and Tar Creeper in the deck though. That's a little bit too much.
I think that if you're running this in
you're going to run Tar Creeper.
Tar Creeper in your deck, then you really either are playing Arena or you don't have any other cards.
Yeah.
I would put this in a kind of mid-range elemental deck, which
I like
Tar
it.
Creeper is in. I'm going to do it.
All right. So this is the last card we have.
I'm going to
it looks
run
like.
my Golden Ooze.
So this card, I don't know if everyone was aware. You actually, if you log in every single day for the daily login rewards, which start on the 29th, which is I believe Wednesday, you get this, but it's a golden. So that's
Yeah,
pretty
well,
exciting.
Yes,
Oh, so this is the final day's reward.
Yeah.
correct. So
We go something like
the card. So let's talk about the card itself, and then we can quickly discuss the news, which we should have done at the beginning of the show, but I guess we were a little too excited.
Yeah.
This is a pretty mediocre card as well. I mean, a 5 mana 5/6 is considered good. So you're getting 2 adapts for 2 mana basically.
Yeah.
So it could be good. I mean, you could get a 5/6. You could get an 8/9 for 7 mana, but like, would you play an 8/9 for 7 mana? No.
I'd play an 8/6 with stealth though,
Yeah, an
Yeah,
8/6.
that's
So,
probably one of the better ones.
or
Or
maybe like a 5/9 divine shield.
yeah, and it's a
I don't
beast.
know.
So it does get some beast synergy.
I mean,
I don't know where it would fit in what type of deck it would fit in.
maybe
But
if you have like wild, it doesn't have to be a standard card. Wild, with brand, that's 4 adapts. That's almost what the legendary has. You get.
Yeah, but is that still enough to justify running it?
I don't know. I mean, we have to see. It's a beast, so maybe it goes in like a beast deck.
and I guess you have to think about brand too. Would it adapt, and then would the next 2 adapts overwrite those other adapts?
So it has a comma. So adapt, it goes on. It's part of the card. Adapt again, and then so it would already have the stats. So then it would go again for the battle cry a second time. Adapt, comma.
Yeah,
Adapt again. That's 4 separate adapts.
yeah,
There
that
you
would
go.
be nasty. That'd be really nasty.
There's actually it's not listed yet because it hasn't been fully revealed. But the Paladin quest, we don't know what that is. The reward though, Galvadon. You've been seeing those videos with the live action thing of the guy, go around on Goro. It's a 5 mana 5/5, adapt 5 times. That's what the Paladin one is. Unfortunately, I don't have a visual for it yet, but that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like with Bran, like that's gonna take up your whole turn just adapting. But yeah, like
Yeah, so with
times
Bran,
adapt.
isn't that do every
It's
single
very
option?
I wonder if it would stack. Like if you adapt multiple times, if the first adaptation you choose goes away,
there we
or
go.
or if it just becomes available again. You know what I mean? Like the same choices. Like does
It's
the
random.
first
Every time you adapt, it's random.
right? But does the first adapt, like if you do +3 attack, then the second time you adapt, would that +3 attack still be in the adapt pool?
I mean, it seems like adapting is just
Yeah.
there's 9 of them. It just randomly pulls 3. I think it's
Yeah.
10 or
Plus
whatever.
3 attack 5 times.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically that you can have that and then like +3 attack 4 times and then give it stealth. I
Yeah.
mean, because how they explained it, like adapt and then it finishes. Adapt again, finishes. So it should just refresh the pool every time. That's at least from what I've experienced.
There's a lot of experimenting to be done.
Yeah, this card's
A
crazy.
lot of.
Yeah. So that wraps up the card section of this week. We will be back next week to go over the rest of the cards, and by the time next week, all of the cards will be revealed. There is a live stream on Friday that will be coming out, and the devs have confirmed by the time that live stream happens and they reveal the cards, all of the cards will be revealed by the end of that stream.
That's good.
There is a rumor that I heard that this week's Tavern Brawl will actually contain a whole bunch of cards from the new set.
That'd be really fun.
That
And the reward is going to be another Ungoro pack.
yes, so that's the rumors that you're actually going to be able to play with the cards in the Tavern Brawl this week and next week. And then like Dubs and Bobson were saying, the Year of the Mammoth kickoff begins this Wednesday as well.
Mhm.
Every day that you log in, you get you get rewards. Dubs? Can you pull up the blog with the rewards, real quick?
Sure.
The
Sure, I'm here.
first day,
Find it.
first day I believe is 50 gold. The next day is a
Here we go. Yeah, 50 gold. Mean Streets of Gadgetzan pack. Then 100 dust. Whispers of the Old God pack. Journey to Angora pack the next day. Then the day after that, 50 gold. And then 6th day, Journey to Angoro pack, and then the 7th day, which would be the Wednesday after, for a full week. Excuse me. You get a golden volcanosaur, which looks really cool.
So
really
the interest,
that does look pretty sick.
Is that there was a lot of discussion about an April 6th release day, because that's when the packs technically opened, and that the Amazon promotion for pre-purchasing the packs ends at 11:59 on the 5th. So the rumor was definitely 6th for a release date. The interesting thing would be them giving us a card from the set a day early.
What is the asterisk, which is after April the 5th there?
Yeah, that's actually, I have no idea. That maybe it'll release on the 5th.
Yeah, so I think there's a possibility of an April 5th release, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get that information on the live stream on Friday.
Oh, they're definitely going to. I have a feeling that asterisk is meant to say you received the card after it's been released.
Maybe it's you get it, like you said, it'll show in your collection, but it's inaccessible until kind of like your packs.
We should see.
No, I believe in the League of Explorers, didn't we get the Explorer's hat and the Roaring Forge early?
I believe it was you just got it when you opened the first wing, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I remember there was something about it, but we'll have to see. So, but I think the 5th or the 6th is pretty much confirmed at this point as the release day. So
next Thursday.
Next Thursday. So
pack opening
and get excited. And then if you're playing decks right now that you enjoy and you enjoy the standard format, get your Reno fix now.
Gone forever.
Play your standard decks and enjoy them. Don't forget there is Wild. It's a fun format. We talk about it a lot on this show,
not this week, but
we're all a lot. Yeah, we like Wild, and I feel like in our previous shows that we did before Around the Hearth, we definitely covered a lot of Wild. Dubs is a rank 1 legend Wild player, so we definitely love the format, and more than other podcasts. I believe we're going to cover Wild and really go into it. So
yeah, I'm actually thinking about. I was actually talking to my team about this. I'm thinking about just exclusively doing Wild, because it's going to be completely different now. It's not just Naxxramas and then GVG. It's going to be like more sets in Wild than there are in Standard. So it's going to be it's going to be a completely different game. It's going to be fun.
Wild is definitely going to change a lot because of the exclusivity of a lot of the cards in there. So it's going to be a really fun format, and Blizzard's definitely been promoting that they want to do more with Wild. But the Year of the Mammoth is coming, so get ready for your free dust if you have a bunch of those cards that are rotating out, and get ready for the year.
Yeah, and also. I'm sure you guys saw this if you're watching. We have our email up. We have a brand new email for the podcast, aroundthehearthpodcast@gmail.com. If you have any questions, any things you want us to discuss, pretty much anything.
Any decks you want us to try.
So definitely send us an email.
Yeah, we like to do a card of the week. We like to do decks of the week. We like to hear funny stories about your ladder experiences.
Send us anything. We'll read it on here.
Be part of the show. We love to have you here, and you guys are what make us want to do the show and have some fun. So,
all right. Well, with that, you guys have anything else you want to say, or should we wrap it up today?
I think we've covered everything.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next week. Debating on doing a show next Monday, or if we're just going to hold off until the expansion comes out so we can do some pack openings. So.
I'm excited.
You have to check in.
Let's do a show next Monday so we can review the cards that have come out.
All right, yeah, that's a good idea.
and before the expansion comes out. So we'll next Monday we'll actually have all the cards. So there'll be another 90 cards. So
Yeah.
we'll have to skip
What?
fast.
Well, I mean, that's going to be a lot of filler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There'll
probably.
be
There's going to be
there.
at least 20, which are just adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Later, guys.
Take care, guys.